I'm Adam Marino.
And I'm Mike Marino. That's right, we're related.
We are two cousins talking music and how it relates to us.
And why it should relate to you.
This is How It's Related. Well, it is Wednesday.
Sure.
So it is time to tell you that Chevy reached out. We are now sponsored.
Oh, the 2007 Camaro. Now with rounder wheels.
So look for us to talk nonstop, and you will be gifted a 2007. There will be rust on the underbody.
Has 330,000 miles.
The back bumper isn't actually attached.
Yeah.
But it does come with it. You have a garage. You can.
Yeah. You can just store it in there forever.
Yeah.
I'll walk.
It has, instead of the 6 Transformer logos throughout, it only has one. Mm-hmm. They all peeled off. So the passenger side has it.
How will they know?
Yeah. So shout out to a past couple episodes, I guess, where we just randomly had some fun talking through what we are not sponsored by, like the sesame seeds that are sold to the McDonald's Corporation.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by
those fat cats at Big Sesame.
Fat cats.
Definitely not brought to you by the people that wait in line at a restaurant forever, and then when they get up to order, they don't know what they want.
Well, now it's not even you're bringing up like...
I'm just mad.
Yeah.
That one time yesterday.
We're doing Mad Libs now. Like, you're just...
Yeah.
No, this is How It's Related, and we talk music. And this weekend, Sunday, a few days ago, was Mother's Day, and we spent time with our mothers together. And good steaks by you.
Thank you.
And
thought for sure I burned them.
If anything, it was the opposite. Mine was a hair. Like, I ate the whole thing, don't get me wrong. But
it was good like that.
Yeah, mine was a hair, under. I mean, it was fine. So... what was interesting was we immediately had the topic of what we were going to talk through today. Before we didn't, but I'm like, oh, even you don't know right now.
Nope.
But I have it completely down.
That's great.
So
love that.
I just find it interesting that our fathers who, it's weird how much they could forget about music and still know more than like the average person walking down the street.
Yeah.
And I do put you in that category as well. But it was interesting seeing my dad and you connect and not connect at the same time, right?
I was thinking about that today. Yeah.
And so let's kind of break it down. And the way I'll do that is I will have you do it. I want your thoughts. So tell me about that. Just the idea in your head, what you were thinking through. Because it was the same thing I was, but you're the true musician.
Your dad, for some reason, thinks that I'm like a really good guitar player.
No, not that part. Like, no, that's
what but
you're going somewhere with this.
Yeah, give me
right.
a second.
Give you 8 freaking seconds. All right.
Jeez. So, with that kind of as the, I guess, not topic, but that was the motivation for the conversation. It kind of turned into like, God, we were talking about songwriting. And I think I made a comment about he and my dad both use what I call old guy chords. And they're these just, to me, granted, this is all opinion based. They're just very soft, rounded, bland chords. I don't know theory. He does. So he knows the names of them. I don't. They're just old guy chords. I don't know. James Taylor-y stuff and just...
So this is a song that he tried to get you to like understand, and you were like, I'm not calling you dumb and like you didn't understand it, but it was like, this is what I want to talk through. It was already done. This song is done. So the band is called Acoustic Alchemy, and I grew up listening to this every 5 seconds. And this is exactly what my dad plays. And this is the exact music that he writes, by the way.
Yeah.
He writes music that sounds exactly like this. Now, when he plays it on his guitar, it sounds like 8 guitars. It's
the
like
thing
it's
about
so many parts in one.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Like, it's really good. I get it.
What I was explaining to him, and it's funny, before he was getting me like, play something over this.
Yeah, he'd play that song,
and
you'd be like, I saw you.
I'm
You're
just
like
I'm
studying
like, this doesn't. One, I made the comment before we even started doing that. I said stuff like that to me is the song. The song is in your left hand already, and it doesn't need anything. And I said, of anything, it needs a single note lead over it or something.
Like
just
like
a little
nothing.
melody.
Yeah.
It's
or
it's all there already.
Because this has no words.
Yeah.
It has no anyone singing.
But that just got into, different styles that we were talking about. And to me, I don't know, that maybe it's like a rebellious thing because that style reminds me of my dad's style.
And you're trying to break away?
And I am, yeah.
Because it is, we've talked about this, there is music that is technically good art. Yeah. It's just not our taste. So having said that, you are kind of saying like, look, Acoustic Alchemy is probably one of the greatest guitar playing bands
I grew up listening to it too. I hadn't heard that song. 50. Like, my dad played, I think, Back on the Case was the album that he would play over and over and over. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good album, honestly. Like, if you're trying to go to sleep.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, it's melodic. It really is good. It, but saying that it's not your cup of tea, no one can be mad at you for that. Like, I get that 100%.
Yeah. So, like, the way we got more into, like, the way that I guess we interpret things, the way that what our individual processes are. And I guess my point was that the theory and the technical side means literally nothing. It's just, I don't know, a feeling. It's when we were saying when you start thinking about it, that's when it shuts down. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I think we are speaking the same language and we have the same opinions, but I'm on my side and he's on his side.
Yeah.
And what I was getting from that conversation is that what I do is dumb because that's where my brain goes. And what I need to do is what he's doing. Which is a very Don Marino thought to have.
Yeah. But, I was going to say, I didn't get that at all.
So, yeah, but
he's more fascinated with how you do it. Did you read that at all? That he was like really.
No, I didn't.
When my dad does this.
Yeah.
He's really intent on like, oh.
It's hard to tell.
Well.
But yeah. So, and being put on the spot to kind of explain where my head goes, I'm realizing like in that conversation, I'm like, oh, I guess this is what I prefer, and this is how I like to do things. And it's not to where it doesn't even feel like you're doing it, because it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's just it
comes out.
You just
you're watching Seinfeld, and you have your guitar. You're looking at Cece. Okay, she's done barking for a second, and all of a sudden, for the last 28 seconds, you've played something. You're like, hold on, what was that? And you do it again.
And that's the beginning, and then it becomes more of a like a trance kind of thing where just 2 hours will go by and you're like when you just space out while you're driving and you're like, how did I get here? And then you go over to the
studio.
Yeah,
you go over to
the studio. And then I'm in there.
Like, hold on.
And then an intro, a verse, and a chorus and a bridge are there.
They're already there in your
tracked,
head,
and it just goes. It goes, and then you hear that, and you hear
it writes itself.
That's exactly the best way to put it.
And the good ones say that. I mean, Paul McCartney has said that many, many times. Like, the song was just here in my head. All I had to do was extract it. It was already there.
Actually, he has a good line. The documentary Sound City that what's his face did.
Paul Rubin,
Dave Grohl.
Oh,
what's his face? At the end, he gets a bunch of people that recorded on that soundboard and blah blah blah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Paul McCartney is in there with basically the Foo Fighters.
Because they did some stuff, yeah.
They recorded a song, and there's footage of the whole thing, them putting the song together, and Paul's just kind of riffing, and then they make a song around that. And they do it in a day, and Dave made a comment, he's like, wouldn't it be cool if it was always this easy? And Paul's like, it is. And it like he kind of sunk a little bit, but it is.
Like
it is that easy.
Yeah. But not to some people.
Yeah.
And so Dave had a moment where it was like, dude, yeah, that's Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Those are the great ones.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't think I will mature into liking that style of playing. I respect it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I mean, I never practiced it. I don't know.
Fingers don't go that way.
But I don't know. I do think what I do is more boneheaded, I guess. Maybe.
Because you're kind of making stuff up.
Well, no. I guess it's just what I'm saying is that that style is very like,
Yeah.
and my style is like, it just the sound of it, like sonically speaking. But really, the process is the same, and the intricacies are the same.
Give me a band, and if you can, song title of your version of My Dad is to Acoustic Alchemy as Mike is to in this conversation of theory or of like how you're like
oh yeah,
like
Digital Bath, Deftones.
Okay, so the band Deftones, and I'm gonna pull it up. Tell me about that.
Well, one, I mean, that band and that album specifically was just a huge influence. Like when I was realizing that, oh, I'm actually writing songs here, like becoming a songwriter. I'll never call myself a songwriter, but so they were, I'm just heavily influenced by that. But that style is what resonates with me the most. It's just very verse, chorus, versey. It's very, I don't know, straightforward. There's no hidden root notes and stuff like with stuff your dad was playing. I'm like, what are the root notes? Give me the basis here, because he's like, well, it can be this or this. And that's when I'm just like, that's dumb. I don't. Yeah. So simple groove, whatever. I like the tension, the obvious tension, and then the release. And they do this well. And that's really what I focus creating songs around, is just creating tension and giving release. And that's it.
I will tell you, this could be a jazz song.
Yeah.
This could be doctored up and changed lyrically and all that, and it could easily be a jazz.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think of
just tension. We're floating. We're
You're
just
waiting.
hovering, and here it comes. We just landed softly, and now there's a wave coming. This is what resonates with me. Is this the best song ever made? No.
Right.
Is it?
And I get it,
but so stuff like that, which to a educated, like, music person is probably really elementary. And my lack of care about any of that shit is really, I don't know. I guess the main point I was trying to make is that, like, I was just like, I hate this. I hate that I can do this. It's exhausting. The whole thing is just the topic of music is exhausting to me.
Right.
But it's just a part of what I'm made of, I guess. And and I owe my dad for that, or owe revenge on my dad for that. So yeah, there's that was just very like worlds colliding, I think. And it's, what sucked is that, like, he's playing this thing. I hear it. I hear the melody, kind of. I hear stuff over it, but I'm just like, this isn't, I was not, I mean, if I have a guitar, I'm in my comfort zone. I can just go do whatever. But, like, on the spot like that, it was just out of my element, I guess, would be the way. Because his style and my dad's style is so different from what I do that it's almost like we're speaking different languages, even though we're speaking the same language. Absolutely.
I was just going to say it's like a foreign language.
Yeah. And he and my dad.
But you're in the same country.
They do not understand what I do. I get that. Like not don't, like they're just baffled, but I don't think that they see the art in that kind of music. Maybe.
I don't think that's it. I think that their brain takes in the classical side, and so it makes them think about it differently. But I think you're in your head when you say they don't think it's art, or they don't respect it, or they don't. I think that's you. I think they are amazed, and they're like, I could never do that. My brain doesn't do the riffs that way. I don't. It's not my background. Their background is the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
That's their background. So like when they were learning and they are self-taught, I mean, that's what their influences are. Herman's Hermits, Beatles.
Herman's Hermits. That was not one for me growing up, but yeah.
Wasn't. I mean, yeah, we're a little bit too young.
And
but
you know what did color my perception of what was happening was, hearing my dad constantly, like, I don't know, not making fun, but just kind of rolling his eyes at the things that I was doing and showing him stuff, and his just this dismissive, okay. And I think that just stayed with me. But it was interesting though. And in retrospect, I was like, I wish I had more time. I could have figured something there. But yeah, I just kind of, he was playing, I was holding a guitar, and I was just kind of staring at him. Okay. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. But and that kind of stuff is why I'm like, I'm not like a real guitar player. But I don't know. Yeah, was a weird experience, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it's cool the way your brains take in the information musically and it spits out completely different, but it's still, the other can appreciate the other and still just be like, wow, I cannot, my fingers don't go that way when I play the guitar. They just don't. Mm-hmm. But it's I think more of anything, it's the process. Like, I mean, I would say realistically 7 or 8 times out of 10, if I write something, I have it up here first. Like, it's already, I know, it just comes. It's not something that you work out. It's like a feeling you get. It's like a notion. Oh, okay. Put what is in my brain onto the computer now. Rarely I'm sitting on the couch and stumble over like a riff that I like or something like that. That does happen, but usually it's just, okay, here's one coming. Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't think I've ever really explained that or like been asked about that. It's weird. I don't even know if I was asked about it. I just started talking about it, but yeah. Funny. It's
weird to talk through a little bit.
It is, because I'm like realizing what I think while I'm saying it. Like, right. Is that how? Huh?
No, I do that with podcasts in general, of talking through certain things of why I would want to control the conversation this way or that way, and what I want to add to it. And sometimes as I explain it, I'm like, oh, that is, yeah, actually that, oh, yeah. It's the same kind of.
Well, they say teaching makes you better at the thing that you're teaching, Right. And when you're explaining something, you go, oh, and dots start connecting that had not been connected previously.
And you're passionate about it. It just kind of comes out. It kind of oozes whether you even want it to or not. And with music, that's what we like.
What's funny, I will say a point that he made that I cannot argue, but stung a lot, is he's just like, I can't stand it when somebody does and they just do nothing with it. And I'm like, shit, man. Come on.
Uncle.
Yeah, uncle. Don't do that.
Arner.
I forgot my part Charlie are.
Well, I mean, to be honest, when we first, we're going to soon be like 20 episodes in. It's crazy just like doing this little thing together.
Yeah.
But the reason it even came to me to like have the idea to introduce to you to do this was I wanted to find more ways in which music could be more of kind of what you do, and then I could be like a fly on the wall and insert certain things and be like, oh, I like what you did there. What if at the 13-second mark were this? What if there was a bass line that went like that? That's all I got. Like, that's all I'm good for. Like, you know what I mean? But it's still but it's still fun to like be a fly on the wall and to help document it, because you're not a look at me kind of guy. So like I can do that for you and then help you post it and learn a little bit about that. And it was like, oh, and to have these conversations that we always had in the car anyway. So this is what the idea is. We're literally doing it, and it's fun to just talk through that stuff and have more ideas.
While we've been doing this in recent, I don't know, maybe in the last month, it's not like, I don't think it's a top secret thing. So like the band that I used to be in, we were, someone started a group chat and we were just talking and reminiscing, and maybe we could polish up that last album and just, I don't know, push it on Spotify or whatever. And talking more about maybe write a few songs. And so I started sending stuff over, and so we're working on songs, mainly me and Paul. It's nice, something to focus on. So, and
we'll see how it goes, and maybe we can release some stuff here.
You can 7 years from now, we'll get some.
Episode 452. Stay tuned. You have to go through the other 430 episodes. But no, as soon as you have stuff that the band approves, and you can let them know, maybe like, hey, we will release it here first for like our family and friends that are 7 people that watch and listen. But that'd be kind of cool
for both of you.
So yeah, that's cool. We will be brought to the studio next week in a 2007 Chevy Camaro. So be excited. Videos to come.
Get out my stroller that holds more than 2 babies, more than 1 baby.
And we'll have a hot dog. Yeah. And what will we put on that hot dog?
Glizzy sauce.
That is not upside down.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah. Upside down, right side up ketchup.
All right. I keyed. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Okay, so if you happen to like this episode, please tell a friend.
And if you didn't like this episode, please tell nobody.
Be sure to like and subscribe on Apple and Spotify and, of course, YouTube.
Follow us on social media, as the links are in the show notes.
Remember to check out our next episode, where we will tell you how it's related.